Okay, let me just kick off the video with this. I'm going to have a full video analysis on Rumble if you guys want to see it. I won't put it here on YouTube of this situation going on here with Mr. Corbell and the Mojave UAP incident, okay? I'm like 99.9% sure I'm able to debunk this, and again, we'll play that video on Rumble. The visuals that you guys are accustomed to seeing here on Nocturnal News, and I guess the standard that we uphold here. So, but today, the first, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes is going to basically be audio and just me talking, kind of explaining what's going on. But for the full video analysis, go to Nocturnal News over at Rumble, and you'll find that probably this weekend or this week, perhaps whenever I get time. I'm working on it now, but I just don't have time to include that in today's video. But I think this is so important that I just had to get something out. I believe it's that important in terms of the integrity of the UFO community and the people leading the way, okay? The people that are spearheading this operation, right? The pioneers, the trailblazers, the people that we look up to, the people we trust. We need to hold them accountable, especially when they get it wrong. And I'm sorry, guys, I really think Corbell and Mr. George Knapp, I think they got it wrong. Okay, so let me just give you the quick bullet points of what's going on here. So recently, Mr. Jeremy Corbell releases this amazing video, the Mojave Triangle UAP. Over the Mojave Desert. Okay, in the video you see these military men and women personnel filming this triangular craft in the sky. Okay, this was back in April 2021. Okay, now these are military men and women. They're on base. They're looking up in the sky. Something's going on. They don't know. Corbell gets the tip and, of course, releases it to the public. But as soon as I saw the video 3 days ago, I almost immediately debunked it. Okay, now this is kind of a long story. This will be a long-winded video, so just hang in there. So he puts out this tweet, date, time, 20th of April, 2021. Now keep that date in mind, April 20th, 2021. Location, the Marine Corps Air Ground Combat Center, 29 Palms, Camp Wilson. Duration, about 10 minutes. Case type, mass UFO sighting. Known imaging platforms, iPhones, and infrared. He's given all the details, which that's wonderful. That's beautiful. Okay, sound, silent, size, the size of a football field, and a 3-bedroom, 2-story house. Timeline 820 to 824. And it goes on 829 to 830, blah, 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 blah. Okay, response, okay. There was a significant air and ground response for approximately 3 hours after the mass sighting presumed by witnesses to be search and reconnaissance effort. So, again, he's saying these military men and women saw something in the sky in the Mojave Desert, and there was a massive military response to this UAP. Okay, that's kind of the first layer of this story. And again, like I mentioned earlier, as soon as I saw it, it clicked. I knew exactly what we were looking at. Okay, so let me give you, I guess, layer 2 of this crazy story. Now, this is going to be a long-winded one, guys. Kick back, grab a drink, enjoy. Okay, so layer 2, okay, part B, whatever, part 2. About, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 days ago when this video hit the internet, I was immediately reminded of this UFO Hunter episode that I'd recently watched on YouTube. The series UFO Hunters on the History Channel. I think one of the best UFO alien series on the planet. Three seasons. I wish there was like 300. So anyway, this video hits and I go, wait a minute, well, that looks just like the UFO on that series. And I'll leave a link below to the exact episode, but there's this guy, okay, he's, near the Mojave Desert, near this location right here, and he sees this craft, like a triangular craft with the exact same lights. Anyway, they go through the episode and they kind of lean towards, well, hey, maybe this isn't a UFO. Is it possible it's a military training exercise? Light bulb goes off. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe it. I'm like, that's what it is. Now, it was just a coincidence that I saw this series on, the History Channel, and it's almost identical. So that kind of opened my mind up, and I'm like, okay, let me do a little bit of research. So I simply go to Google. Jeremy Corbell said, well, it was released April 21st, 2020, or 2021, excuse me. So I simply Googled that date, military exercise, and kaboom, there it was. You have this military exercise on the exact same date, the exact same location, the almost identical video and pictures posted by the DoD and the military that Jeremy Corbell is showing to the world. Again, let me just repeat that. Okay, the exact same day, the exact same location, and almost an identical craft was filmed in a military training exercise as the UAP released by Jeremy Corbell. April 20th, I think we'll go over the dates here in a minute, 2021. And I'm like, oh my God, no way. Now, of course, I go to Jeremy Corbell's podcast, Weaponized, and there's my journalistic hero, Mr. George Knapp, Corbell, really cool dude. And they're opening up the video, the podcast, saying, they've been investigating this for, 2 solid years. And, they've just done this deep research and investigative work. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. I've been investigating this for like 20 minutes, and I think I figured it out. So how did they miss this? Okay, that's what bothers me. This just can't be an oversight. Okay, now when they're telling their story on Twitter and on the podcast and on YouTube to the public, they conveniently leave out, okay, the fact, guys, I'm stuttering because I'm just blown away. They conveniently leave out the fact that there was a military training exercise, same date, same location, same training base, same military, identical, guys. So I'm like, what the hell is going on here? So, like always, I go over to the Black Vault, okay? To Mr. John Greenwald, okay, Jr. By the way, he used to, I think, was a producer for the show UFO Hunters. Like, this is all crazy. All these dots are connecting, right? So I saw it on UFO Hunters. I go to the Green Vault, the Black Vault on YouTube, and he was like one of the producers or writers or something like that for the show, and that's how I originally debunked it 2 or 3 days ago. So he's on Twitter and breaking this down beautifully. He makes a video, saying, well, look, guys, here it is. Here's the video. Here's the DOD. Here's the statement here. Just receipt. And it's just amazing to me, again, that Mr. Knapp and Corbell didn't take 10 minutes to research this thing. But keep in mind, guys, they said they've been looking into this for 2 solid years since 2021. So what's going on here? And this can't be a military cover-up, because the military, the DoD, they put out these videos well ahead of Jeremy Corbell. Now, I could understand if they put these out in response to his video, if they said, oh, no, wait a minute, this is what it was, guys, weather balloon, air quote. But these videos have been circulating the internet for over 2 years, okay? 2 years, 2 months to be exact, in like 8 days. If you want to get, exact, right? So how did they miss that? And okay, if they didn't miss it, why didn't they bring it up? Now, let me give you an example. Let's say there's a UFO sighting over NASA, right? August 10th, 2021. Okay, there's a major UFO sighting over NASA, but there's also a military training exercise over NASA, August 10th, 2021, same day, same time, same place, same area. And then I just don't mention that detail, right? And then I tell you, well, no, wait a minute. I've been investigating this for 2 years. Okay, so we're going to start right here, Mr. John Greenwald Jr., the Black Vault. I know many of you out there are familiar with his work. Now, the reason that I'm going here is because I simply don't have time to make the video that I wanted to make tonight, but he did a beautiful job at breaking this down. Now, again, we're talking about the Jeremy Corbell, the recent UFO sighting released to the public There's Mick West right there talking about it. Okay, if you claim to be a journalist, then do journalism. Okay, wow. If you claim to be an investigative filmmaker, then investigate. Okay, he's referring to, I think the big mistake that Corbell made and Mr. George Knapp. He says, let's talk about the 29 Palms Triangle UAP. Starting at about 15 minutes. Okay, chat is open. That's him, bringing people over to his YouTube channel. Here are new UFO videos of a triangle UAP around 29 Palms, California, published by George Knapp and Jeremy Corbell. The information is in Jeremy's tweet below. Now, that's what I opened up my video with. And of course, this is the UAP we are talking about right here. Okay, I'm just giving you guys all the quick details that I have. Okay, let's continue. Okay, Mr. Greenwald goes on to say, in case you missed it, the DoD video posted about source, and he goes into the link right there to the DoD, the Department of Defense. There is a B-roll of 5 aircraft flares. See the trails shot in night vision. Okay. And he leaves a picture right here. The new UAP videos released, which is said not to be flares, consist of 5 lights. Okay, and he goes on to say that they're very similar, and they are. When we click on this, okay, right there you see the flares, and okay, in a minute, yeah, right here you see the UAP. Basically insinuating that this is nothing more than a military training exercise. And right there is all the videos that Corbell released, okay? 5 flares in the same location, date. I mean, this is just so damning by Mick West right here. And by the way, again, I was working on this 3 days ago, so, I was ahead of the curve here, and it's frustrating that I have to work so much at my job that I don't have time to do this, so I wish I could just sit at home and make YouTube videos all day. He says right here, 5 flares in the same location, date, time, and configuration as a UFO. Coincidence? No, I think this is probably it, and I agree. And again, this is, credit to Mr. Mick West right here. He's overlaying, okay, the UAP on the right from Corbell to the military training exercise on the right. Now, if we pause the video, okay, let me pause it right there. We're going to zoom in here. Let's see if it'll let me zoom in. This is Twitter. Twitter is so hard to work with. Oh, my God. It will not let me zoom in, so I'm going to read it. You guys can probably see it right at the bottom. 29 Palms, California, United States, 4/20/2021. Video by Lance Corporal Shane. It goes on to say the Lance Corporal and who posted this video. Okay, again, same date, same time, same location as Corbell's video. Now, do you think that's a coincidence that they had a major military exercise on the exact same date, coordinates, time, spot, everything lines up 100%. So no, it cannot be a coincidence. And then, of course, there's people down there, that still want to argue that, this is incorrect. And there's some other reason, and there's some logical explanation for this oversight. Again, Corbell and Knapp said they've been researching this for 2 years. Okay, he goes on to say, my original thread about this new UAP video was less about saying the training exercise definitively explained it. I never claimed that, but more so about the fact that you never heard about it. So what he's saying is, you would think that Corbell and Knapp would at least mention there was a major military training exercise that, by the way, I think went on for 7 days or something like that. This exercise was going on for days and days and days. It was all over the news, all over Twitter, all over just everywhere. So how did they overlook this? Okay, and that's what he's saying there. Posting what people want to hear is easier, more popular, and gets you more clicks, followers, and subscribers. I mean, amen, brother. He goes on to say, I simply choose to post what you should hear so you can make up your own minds. And, what a beautiful statement there by Mr. Greenwald. Now, this is just so damning. Okay, now let me go back here and find, okay, now if we click on this, okay, This is the training video right here. WTI assault support training for B-roll. Okay. Again, remember earlier when I said I wanted to zoom in, there it is. 29 Palms, California, United States, 4/20/2021 by Lance Corbell Shane, blah, blah, blah. Okay, right there. It goes on to say exactly what they were doing, where they were doing it, and what was happening. For weapons and tactics instructor, again, same date. Now, let me find where it says the time. Yeah, there it is, or the time, rather, the location, 29 Palms, California, April 20th, 2021. And there it is. Now, remember, guys, this came out back in 2021. So it'd be one thing if the military, put this out in response to Corbell's video, but this video has been circulating the UFO community and all over, other channels that I follow on YouTube for years. Okay. Like I said, over 2 years. And B-roll, meaning they're getting video footage for training, for advertising, commercials, and all that kind of stuff. So that's what they're doing here. Now, this is the video right here. I don't want to play this. I'll leave a link below because it's going to be really loud. But basically, at the end here, I'll just click on it here. At the end of this video, okay, let me see if I can mute this. Hang on, guys. Oops. Hang on, guys. I'm trying here. Oh my God, this is not quite. There we go. Okay, now at the end of this video, okay, you'll see this UAP in question. It's the flares. Basically, they're dropping these flares, and it's identical to what Corbell posted. I mean, truly amazing. But here it is. I mean, there's hundreds of military personnel. You have helicopters in the sky, the whole 9 yards. Now, I'm not going to play this whole thing, but let me get to the end here. Okay, let's see. It's coming up. I believe it's in the last 15 seconds when they're dropping the flares, and that's what everyone is saying. No, that's what this triangular craft is. I could be wrong. I watched this earlier. There it is. Oh, let me hit pause. Okay, right there. So this is what is being passed off as a UFO UAP. And you make up your mind. I mean, am I wrong? Is he wrong? Are we wrong? I don't know, but I don't think so, guys. I think this is it right here. Because, again, this lines up perfectly with what Jeremy Corbell posted on Twitter and other platforms. All right, so there you have it. That's what I have so far. Remember, I'm going to do a full video analysis of this on Rumble, where we just break it down, visually so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about in this video. Now, also, just to clarify, I think it's flares. I think this is military training. I'd love to be wrong. I want nothing more than for the UFO topic to be real, but I think these guys, really made a big mistake here. And it is very disappointing, but hopefully they can, prove me wrong, and I'm more than happy to admit it. But I think it's nothing more than, a military exercise, guys. I mean, the proof is there. So I'm about 94, 95% certain. So leave a comment below. Tell me what you think. Do you agree or disagree? Is this a cover-up? Is there more layers to the story? And there's always more layers. And as details come out, of course, we'll bring them to you. But right now, this is what I have. So thank you for tuning in. Leave a comment below and let me know what you think.